Welcome to online classes. PVK Government College, Chittoor, Department of Physics and Electronics. This is Kevin Tabri, lecturer in physics. Now we will discuss about the validity of the Difflis approximation. We have to assume that there are no mobile carrier in the space charge region, and that the transition from the neutral region to the deflection region is abrupt. Therefore, these assumptions are not quite correct because the mobile carrier concentration decreases exponentially with the voltage in the space charge layer, changing from its majority values at one edge to its minority values at another edge. This is called as the electrons and holes distribution in P region to N region. Therefore, Na is called as the acceptor ions and Nd is called as the donor ions. The electrons or holes, any kind of mobile carrier, they will transfer from the one region to another region. Therefore, the mobile carrier concentration is gradually decreases with voltage in the space charge layer. Therefore, we have the electron hole concentration may be negligible compared to the donor and acceptor concentration near the center of the space charge layer. Let us assume that the deflection approximation is valid from the point where the majority carrier concentration becomes 1% of its value in the neutral region. This requires a potential changes of 4.6 volts, which is about 0.12 volt at 300 Kelvin. Consequently, the deflection approximation is valid only when the total potential drop across when the junction is reverse biased by 1 volt or more. The electrons are traveling from the P region to N region. The depletion approximation is valid only the potential distribution at the two edges is equal. Therefore, reverse bias. Therefore, the deflection approximation will not be valid for a forward biased junction when Vi minus Va. Therefore, Vi minus Va is equal to built-in voltage and Va is equal to applied voltage. It is the difference between the potential distribution. That potential distribution is depending on the applied voltage and inbuilt voltage. It is comparable to the approximation or deflection approximation. It is in the small and forward bias. The potential changes across the space charge layer on the heavily doped side may remain small compared to 4.6 volts. Therefore, heavily doped side, in case of P side or N side, the electrons or holes are doped in that junction. That heavily doped particle is the any one side, the electron will inserted or doped to that region. It is compared to the actual defletion layer and heavily doped layer. And then the deflection approximation is valid on the lightly doped side, but not on the heavily doped side. Therefore, the depletion approximation is lightly doped and heavily doped side. That is the two different from the depletion layer approximation. The total width of the space charge layer calculated using the depletion approximation will be fairly accurate, but the width on the heavily doped side will be quite small compared to its actual value. Depletion layer capacitance. Therefore, this depletion layer capacitance, it is depending upon the electrons and holes or donor and acceptor ions is doped in a equilibrium state. Therefore, the space charge region in p-n junction consists of a dipole layer of charges produced by donor and acceptor ions. There, in the depletion approximation, the magnitude of this space charge per unit area QD on either side of the junction can be written as QD is equal to QNA mod XP is equal to QND mod XN. Here NA, ND, it is called as the acceptor and donor ions concentration. Q is the charge of that region, and Xn and Xp or mod Xn or mod Xp is equal to concentrations of electrons and holes in that two regions. Therefore, here Xn and Xp are the functions of the junction voltages. QD varies with the voltage, and then the change in the bias voltage causes readjustment of electrons and holes concentration in the two junctions to their appropriate new values. The change is accomplished by the movement of majority carriers in or out of the space charge layer. This situation is similar to the charging and discharging of parallel plate capacitor. In parallel plate capacitor, the charges reside on the two plates. The capacitance is the independent of voltage. Therefore, the charge are distributed in a region of a space whose thickness increases non-linearly with the voltage. That is equal to Cj is equal to A dq into d by dVA. Therefore, Qd charge varies with the voltage, Cj junction capacitance, Va junction voltage. Cj is equal to Qa into Nd Ne by Nd plus Na into dW by dVA. Therefore, Ea is the area of that junction, Q is the charge of that junction, Na, Nd, it is called as the acceptor and donor concentration in the electrons. The dW is equal to the small changes in the width. That small changes is the width is called as the it is depending upon the applied voltage. That is applied voltage dVA is equal to small changes in the applied voltage. Finally, substituting for dW by dVA, therefore Cj is equal to Q A sigma S by 2 Vi minus Va into N1 whole power 1 by 2. Here N1, the product of acceptor ions and donor ions and sum of the acceptor ions and donor ions, it represents the effective dopant concentration. That effective dopant concentration Cj is equal to C0 by 1 minus Va by Va whole power 1 by 2. Therefore, C0 is equal to 0 bias capacitance. It is substituting the for Va minus Va. Therefore, Cj is equal to epsilon S E by W. Therefore, this relation shows that the junction capacitance can be regarded as the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor with separation between the plates as the depletion region width W. This capacitance Cj can be uniquely defined only for small changes in the junction voltage that causes a negligible change in W. This is called as the small changes and negligible changes. It is depending upon the changes in width changes in the deflection layer. Therefore, this is called as the actual defletion layer width, and this is called as the applied bias or dopant concentration. Therefore, acceptor and donor ions concentration, that acceptor and donor ions concentration, it gradually decreases its width, and it is applicable to the forward bias. In case of reverse bias, the electrons and holes concentration will be gradually increases. Therefore, the width also gradually increases. Therefore, this is called as the increases of the width. It is applied in the reverse bias. It is in the forward bias. It is in no bias condition. Therefore, the changes in the defletion region width causes by measurement of Cj as function of reverse bias can be used to determine the built-in voltage Vi and the dopant concentration near the junction. Therefore, the capacitance Cj can be uniquely defined only for small changes in the junction voltage that cause a negligible changes in width of the defletion layer. The junction has a defletion region width W at the bias voltage, that is applying voltage Va. When the voltage is changed between the Va plus delta Va and Va minus delta Va, the defletion region width varies between the W minus delta W and W plus delta W. These are the major changes in the applied voltage and a built-in voltage. Therefore, the width will be gradually increases or decreases. It is depending upon the applied voltage. As long as dW is small compared to applied voltage width or inbuilt voltage width, the capacitance Cj can be given. Therefore, if delta Va is large enough to make dW comparable to. Thank you.